Hi everyone. So I wanted to go over what role does analytics have to do with business essentially, including finance and accounting, as we go through the various topics in our course. I wanted to go over what is the role of the analytics piece. Business analytics is becoming a big piece in every facet of business, especially accounting and finance, or what is essentially called the finance function. Now, a lot of people refer to it as also the business analytics or the business analysis function. And with this in mind, as you know, part of our course is going to be hands-on. Traditionally, I have done it where we work in Excel. We build out a certain model using formulas, and we use it to essentially reflect the concepts in the text into something that looks like a work paper in Excel, where we do something. And this semester we're going to work with that as well, and work with a data set that just includes more observations. So we're going to analyze a sample that is just a little bit bigger, and we're going to have a lab that I'm going to go over shortly that essentially includes a lot of companies, and we can calculate ratios, we can calculate various things. But before we do that, I wanted to go over, this is a model that is used in analytics now, and this is part of a text called Data Analytics in Accounting / Business. Really is applicable to essentially business. And they use the impact cycle, which says what is data? How do we work with data? What is the best way to deploy analytics? And there's this step that goes in circles, and it has these 6 steps. And I find it very interesting because it starts with a question. I like that because it kind of takes us out of this idea of like, oh, we're memorizing the concept and we have to regurgitate it. It's more like we're trying to look at the data and from a place of curiosity and something actually that could be very interesting. Ask a question: what kind of insight can I generate from this data? What kind of value can I generate from this data? What kind of interesting question? And the question may not come from you. Obviously, in the business setting, that question usually will come from management or executive role, and or actually, could be from the analysts themselves, which leads us to the next step: is we need to master the data. We need to master the data, understand the data, and really understand the fields before we can really go to the analysis. But once we understand the fields, we can go and perform a test plan, which essentially we can do some formulas, and then address and refine the results. We may have to select a bigger sample or do more analysis. And then it moves to communicating the insight. How do we communicate this? How do we let other people know? And then we can track out. Tracking outcomes means, hey, if I predicted something, now let me see what actually happened in the future. And then we start again. It's like, oh wait, I thought that the biggest thing I was tracking was the sales, but actually it's the order numbers that I should be looking at. So that, you start again. How does that go to the data, perform the plan, address and refine the results, communicate the insights, and then track the outcomes? So that is the circular nature of this process, and we're gonna start looking at an example. We're gonna work with the data set throughout the semester, and I'm gonna introduce the video, the data set in the next video.